Welcome to Talk About Scary. I'm Adam.
I'm Shelina.
Arrgh, I'm Clay. How are you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing good. We're doing real well. Yeah, we had a great day today. We went out for some ice cream for dessert, and then we went out for dinner after my dessert, because it's always good to have dessert before dinner. It was amazing.
Reverse. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, good stuff. We had a great
That way
time
you don't
there.
have to worry about saving room for it. It's just, boom, there's already room.
And that's why we're recording at this time instead of half an hour earlier, because we were eating dinner. There you go. The end. Sorry, everybody at home. I was eating dinner, so you're getting this a fraction of a second later than you normally would.
Well, actually, it's going to air like the same time.
It's nice.
not
Not
live.
matter.
It's
You're
not
not
live.
even gonna know the difference of what and I'm not even gonna tell you what I ate for dinner. Just know I ate dinner. It was good, and it came in a styrofoam container.
Food.
Boom! It was good. It was good stuff.
That's what you meant.
Yeah. As I'm gonna get right into some stuff here. As many of you who watch and listen to the show know, and thank you for watching and listening for so many years. This is our final episode of Talk About Scary. It's been a wonderful journey for all of us.
And the person who just discovered us just went, rats.
It's probably true. But yeah, it's been a wonderful ride for all of us. We can't tell you how much it's meant to us for you to let us come into your homes, into your vehicles, into your AirPods, however you consumed our silly ass content. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. It means the world to us. And while this is the end of Talk About Scary, there are many things that are taking its place. A lot of stuff in the same vein of this, just a little bit of a different format. As time has gone, we started this in 2020.
Crazy.
Yeah, during the pandemic, and as a way for Clay and I to have a creative outlet. Ashley had joined in at times. We've had Titus, Bourke, if you remember from the very first episodes, and our most recent
We had Mackenzie on, too.
Mackenzie was on, and our most recent personality, Shelina. She's added so much to the show, and we really do appreciate it. Busy has been on the show. He's actually whining right now, so I'm just going to pick him up. He was whining to get on camera, so now Busy is on camera as well. And sorry. So sorry. And it's been a wild ride. We've had a wonderful time, and we so appreciate everything that you guys have done for us, all the support, all the little fan notes that we've gotten on YouTube and things like that have meant so much.
And the hate.
And
I like the hate.
The haters, we actually are here for the haters, not for the lovers.
Hate is to motivate.
That's right. We exist out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy that. But, we do have a lot of great things still available for you to watch on the YouTube channel. We have Casual Gamer, that's Clay's video game special that he does. These little shorts, they're fantastic, very well produced. I have a little thing I do on video games that is not as well produced and is horrible. We have Cultural Discovery, which Shelina had her debut 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons. We just finished the 2nd season. It's out today.
Time is flying. It's flying, I tell you.
Flying. And this last episode, gotta watch it. It's probably the best episode we've ever done. It's beautiful. Watch it. We've done, and then if you want to watch on some more popular streaming services besides just YouTube, you can also watch on YouTube. But on Tubi, on Plex, there's a lot of great streaming services that have a lot of our content. Amazon, thank you. I've always forget about Amazon. There's all of our feature films, like Silver Woods 15 years ago, still going strong. We got Last House on the Street. What else we got, Clay? We have Last 5 Days 1, 2, 3. We got so many things. We have, and we love to offer it to you guys. So please continue to watch it. We just finished a short called The Voodoo That You Do. I'm very proud of it. It's the first thing that I did without Clay holding my hand. And his hands are very clammy, so I'm glad he wasn't holding my hand that day, and I'm very proud of it. I hope it wins some awards pretty soon, but you guys should watch it and tell me what you think of it. So we have a lot of great stuff coming your way, and we just want to tell you that before we get started today. This is more of a finale to our long-lasting show. Again, 5 seasons is pretty amazing. I think,
we've now been actually shooting for over 5 years because we started at like the very beginning of March 2020. And as we record this, we're about midway through April. And when this airs, I think it's going to be like the first week of May. We still have, I believe, if I could count, there are 2 episodes that are coming out before the finale. So I always try to think like ahead. So I think I've lined it up to the first weekend of May is when this one is going to release, because I just wanted to say that it's gonna end in May.
It's gonna be May. Yeah. So thanks, guys, so much. Clay has some fun stuff to talk about. We also want to reminisce about some of our old episodes today.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. So let's get started, Clay. Let's get the party started.
So before we dive into the topic, Adam covered the housekeeping. I have a few things that I want to add to that. So first of all, the viewers are definitely wondering what I'm doing. I know you guys can't see me. I'm looking over there. The Warriors are playing right now, and it is the play-in tournament, and they need to win this game to clutch the 7th seed. Clinch. I don't know why I said clutch. It's a clutch game. So you'll be seeing me look over in that direction a lot, so I apologize, but I cannot miss this game as their #1 fan. So just in case you're all like, what is Clay doing? That's what I'm doing.
TiVo it.
I can't watch it after. Are you kidding me? My
Put it on the
phone's
TiVo.
It's going to be like alerting me. It's not really so much about watching the game. It's that I don't want it to be like ruined because
set your VCR to record it.
I don't know if you know this. It's not like 1980.
Just set your VCR.
VCR.
It's going to be fine.
In this house.
Put a piece of tape on the little black square on top of the tape. You can record anything you want over. Record my old episodes of Frasier. You can record my old episodes of Frasier.
I have to see this live. I got to see this live. So yes,
all the Three's Company episodes.
We chose this day. I didn't think they'd be playing today, but that's the way that the cookie crumbles. And if you give a mouse a cookie, you miss the game. So I didn't want to do that. And then the other thing is just real quick, and then we'll get into it. I promise. I pinky promise. Pinky's up. I just kind of wanted to touch on why we're canceling the show, because I don't know that I've addressed like. Personally,
I was supposed to say that. Let me tell them why.
No. All right, go ahead.
Let me tell them why now. It's because of you guys. You've done this to us. We have to cancel now because of you. I hope you're happy about what you've done. Shame on you.
Yeah. Deep down, we blame you. It's not us. We're perfect. And
it's not us. It's you.
Yeah. No, but I've touched on the fact that I think we're just kind of over it. Yeah, we could totally talk about random places forever. There's a million of them. They're a dime a dozen. But it's getting kind of old. We want to do other things. I think our heart's just not in it anymore. It's been fun. It's been a blast. But Adam and I, and honestly, Shelina has fit in really well, could sit here and talk about a million other things that would probably be more entertaining to us and would thus provide you with more entertainment. And honestly, as we talked about at the beginning of this, we haven't been on screen together, I think, but 2 times this entire season.
Mm-hmm.
It's just getting difficult for us to find times to shoot this show, and keeping up with a weekly scheduled commitment is tough. And I think that we've also, Adam can speak if you want to on this, but I think that we've found that it's more interesting for us to go to places, to investigate places, rather than talk about another haunted place that's not at all haunted. And so that's why we want to keep that side of things going, is we want to go visit places and do other things, maybe do some like dark tourism and show people and experience things, rather than sit here and be like, and they see a white thing come by the grave at midnight on Thursdays because she was murdered, then meh.
I think what Clay is trying to say is we've reached the part where we want to give you more elevated content, and we have the capability to do
raise
it.
Raise a roof.
Yeah, and raise it, elevate it, elevate the ceiling.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm trying to say.
We have more time, more capability. It's not like we're in the pandemic anymore, and we do have time to go out and do these wonderful things. So why not do them? Why not give you that stuff instead of the stuff we've been doing? We do appreciate you listening for so long, watching. I know people that will tell me all the time, hey, I listen to you in my car. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify. People find us everywhere, and it's so nice to hear. But, sorry guys, There'll be something else. There'll be something else. It's,
Well,
we're not going anywhere.
the thing too is this show has transformed quite a few times. So, when we first started it, we tried to make like a televised interview setup where it was just me and Adam going back and forth. We set up the backgrounds really nice, and we tried to make it feel more like a 30-minute television show. And we didn't really know what to do with it after that. So then we started converting it into a podcast, but, you know, still releasing the video. Mm-hmm. And then we actually just turned it into a podcast, just audio. And if you remember, shooting some of those episodes was great because I could just, you know, it didn't matter if I had pants on. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter now. You can't see my pants.
Can't see his pants.
But I gotta look nice. I gotta get more equipment out. I gotta set up lighting. But when it was just the mic, yeah, I gotta do. I don't even know if I did my hair, to be honest. Today, I'm over it. We're canceled. Yeah, but yeah, when it was just me and you and like the mic, there was times where I drove up to your house and we would record 3 or 4 episodes, just bang, bang, bang. We had some good times. It was so simple, and I thought that was the format that we were going to convert to. And then people really wanted the video, and then Tubi picked us up, and then we started getting money, and then we started producing more episodes, and then Tubi was like, "No, we don't actually want you."
It. We don't want it anymore.
And we got taken off of a lot of high-paying platforms, and we were like, well, shoot. We just shot a ton of really good content, and all we can do with it basically is go to YouTube, maybe Amazon. And we decided, well, let's keep it up because we've got an audience built. And then now we're here, and you've heard the rest. So that is the honest truth as to what has conspired with this show, what has gone on, and it's just changed so many times, and we've learned so much, and
so much.
Talk about learning so much.
Talk about learning so much is the name of our
Possibly
show.
The last rename of the show. There's been hundreds.
We've done a couple, you know, we talk about King's Tavern. It was Talk About History.
All right. We're going to Natchez, Mississippi. Natchez is a very, very old Spanish town. It was originally a Spanish-European town, not a British
Mississippi?
European town. That's correct. I didn't know that either.
That's weird.
Very interesting. So it's 237 years old, this town. That's amazing.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Natchez.
It's a river port city. So the Spanish settlement was from about 1700, and we're talking about the King's Tavern today. So
King's Tavern.
King's Tavern, I should just say that right off the bat. We're talking about the King's Tavern, which was built in 1769. And it was built after the British took over the town. And it was originally Fort Pemure, I think I'm saying that right. And it was a blockhouse for Fort Pemure. And then after the British lost it after the Revolution, our revolution, the Revolutionary War,
we won.
The Americans took it over. And it was purchased by a guy named Richard King. Pretty rich dude. And good old Rich decided to make this into something that a lot of people did at the time, and some places still do in the old-timey West, like Montana. It was a bar, it was a tavern, it was a kind of a hotel for lodging. It was a post office, and it was a bank. You could store your money with the bartender. Pretty crazy, right?
Wait, a bartending teller?
Yeah, it was like a
drinking bank?
It still happens in Montana, man. I swear to God.
King's Tavern, Natchez, Mississippi. That was Natchez.
Are you just gonna throw out like random facts from like each episode?
Because I have a hard time forgetting things.
I could do that too.
I'm not gonna probably do it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. Although, unlike Ashley, I do remember more than one episode. So, you know,
it was on like 6 episodes. She's like, I think I was on one about the submersible sub.
You know what I think happened there is I think she fell victim to the phantom time hypothesis, and in her brain, those years didn't exist. Didn't happen.
That was the worst episode we ever did. Go check out the phantom time hypothesis and listen to this load of crap that Clay put on a plate for us. We had to listen to.
Everyone's just snuggling their animals, having a grand old time. And I'm existing. I exist.
Yeah. It's pretty great. He wanted to sit on
One
my
might
lap,
say I have a lot going for me.
There you go. You have Captain
That's
America.
not true.
That's true. So Clay,
They don't know that. I'm not about to go get up and go get that and show them. Now I feel like I have to. Way to go. Thanks.
yeah, get it for him. He's gonna get it. He wants to be included.
I mean, it's like right there. You guys just saw. Like I didn't have to go that far. It's just Captain America. My kids got it for me. Holds my Xbox controller.
You have
What?
a dog, though.
Yeah, but okay. So I know we've
That's why I
got a
tried to
lot
pick
to
up
talk
Bella.
about.
She bit me almost, so I'm not picking her up again.
Yeah.
Well, she has like arthritis, so if you touch her leg wrong, she doesn't like it. But that's not the point. The point is, I got a new backdrop. You might notice that it looks almost identical to two of my other backdrops, but I like to change it up. So she sits over here, just right on her bed, and I got the backdrop up, all ready to shoot today. And for whatever reason, she decided to just keep going in and out from the room, and it caused the backdrop to... And I didn't think that looked good. I want the viewers to think that I'm really at this gate with scary trees and bats and floating jack-o'-lanterns. I don't know what people think. They might think it's real. And now I just shattered their reality. They're like, whoa, bro, the Matrix... It's real.
Mind blown.
Now I've segued into the reality that everyone needs to take a deep breath. We're talking about something really out of the box today.
Out of the box.
This isn't a box. I don't know what this is. So... we're talking about the phantom time hypothesis.
Ooh.
Yeah. I know
Everybody
that
bust
none
out your
of
flux
you...
capacitors.
Yes. 88 miles per hour! Ashley's like, what are you guys talking about?
I have no idea. The only thing
Back
scary
to the future.
about this episode is the topic.
That's the point, though. Nothing else is supposed to be scary, except them jack-o'-lanterns.
Boom.
Anyway. So...
talk about scary
Yeah,
concepts.
talk about scary concepts. Anyway, I have to tell a short story about why we're talking about this.
Okay.
And it's weird, but the reason we're talking about it is because I can't hear you guys anymore.
We're listening to you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah. Hold on.
Technology.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I can
Oh,
hear you
he
now.
heard us.
He can hear us now.
I can hear you on my phone, but like all of a sudden my AirPods were like not. Okay, I don't know what that was about.
Shut up, Twitch. Shut up. I'm going to kick you right in your face. I swear to God.
I appreciate it. You don't like all my stuff either. You don't like all my stuff. It's fine. It's fine.
So before we get too reminiscey, because I know what's going to happen, let's dive into today's episode and let's reminisce back to Morgan's Corner, because that directly associates with today's topic, where we are going to go to my favorite place. Can I get a luau song? Let's go. Luau? Is there a luau in the house? Yeah.
Somewhere over the rainbow. I don't know.
I was doing it.
Is that it?
Yes.
We did the same song. I didn't even know it.
No,
It
it
was
wasn't
great.
the same song.
Oh, it wasn't the
Mine
same
It wasn't
song.
the same
better.
song, but they merged well. They were peaceful, just like the people of Hawaii, and that's where we're going today. Hawaii.
I wish I had my ukulele. I don't know how to play one, and I don't have one, but I wish I had one.
The uke.
The uke. Well, take us back to
I-
Morgan's
I-
Corner there, buddy.
I don't know what to say to that ukulele thing.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
But let's talk about the Hawaii Night Marchers. You want to start, Adam?
Yeah, I'll start. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and go backwards, and I'm gonna dive in backwards, like I'm backwards cliff diving. Off
Like
a
those
cliff.
videos you see where people try to do cool things of like jumping out of the pool. I saw this like
Exactly
Avengers
like that,
one.
but it's gonna be
Yeah.
like jumping off a cliff in Oahu.
Great.
I'm doing there?
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So speaking of, there are legend, not just in Hawaii, all over the world, of battle places, ancient battle places where spirits and specters reemerge. This one is a little bit different. Like we know Gettysburg, for instance. You mentioned Gettysburg in the car today, so I wanted to steal that from you, Clay, before you had a chance to say it, because I didn't want you to have a good point today. And
Flab it.
darn it. So like
Meh.
places like that where we hear people can hear cannons going off, or people can see in the middle of the night in the mist, they can see Confederate war soldiers and Union war soldiers, just Civil War soldiers fighting. It's not like that. It's a little bit different, which is really interesting. And this
How
place,
so? How so?
This place, the Night Marchers are ancient soldiers, and they believe it's from the War of 1796 to King Kamehameha, when he was trying to take over all of Hawaii, right? So this is where we're going to start. These are the soldiers they think people see marching down the mountain. Drum beats in the background. They can see torches.
Like Jumanji.
And I'm not going to talk. I'm going to let Clay jump in a little bit now, because I don't want to steal everything. What do you think about that, by the way?
Well,
That sounds good. Okay. She said it was good.
yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to add as far as like the backstory of that. So
Yeah,
I
that's
was
all
gonna
I
let
had the
I was
backstory.
gonna let you, if Shelina wants to add anything, I'll pause.
Oh, I mean, they talked about how usually they appear when someone is crossing over, like through death. And I would assume they weren't very clear in the research that we saw who these people were, but I would assume if it's, indigenous people or the Hawaiian people, it would come back in the form of, these are my ancestors leading me to the other side. So that's
Yeah.
what I assume. I like that better than them just hearing a drum circle out next to a cliff. So
Yeah. Yeah, the way you describe that almost reminds me of like scenes from Moana. I know we literally referenced that earlier, but yeah, just I think Hawaiian culture is different than a lot of culture, so it's probably up for interpretation unless you're a native. But I like the idea of the Night Marchers and where it comes from, because I've always on this show, I'm gonna stand my ground on this. I think that the interesting and potentially more haunted than other places idea is big battles, energy, things happening. So you stole Gettysburg from me, but a lot of people died. And I think that has the potential to just leave negative energy, and there's so much like violence and emotion on that battlefield that it makes sense that people might be like reenacting their death, or just seeing spirits that left it all on the battlefield, rather than a go-kart or something, a cart slipping off of the I can't even get through my words.
Oh, the St. Augustine Lighthouse?
St. Augustine.
That's the
It's Mario
funniest
Kart
one.
stuff.
That's funny.
Like,
The funniest one.
I'm sorry that those little girls passed away, but why are they haunting the lighthouse?
Yeah. It was a very comical way.
I wish we
slipping
could
on a banana
just
peel.
set down some of these ghosts that allegedly haunt places and just interview them. So tell me why you're here. Well,
That
when I
is
was
actually
9.
an idea for another series, where like we each dress up as a different ghost.
I
And
was
we
like,
have to
where
sit
did
down
we get the ghosts?
in
You want us
character?
to
We
do-
have to. If we in character, we have to do the ghost, and just a whole comedy show. If you
That would
guys
be
like
great.
that,
That would be awesome.
put your comments underneath. We'll do
let
it
us
for
know.
you if you like it.
Let us know.
And we'll go back to
But
all the
no,
old places, but we'll dress up like
What is-
Clay and I will be the two girls of St. Augustine, and we'll be sitting there in the little girl's garb, and Shelina can interview us and ask us what the hell we were
Okay,
thinking about.
listen. So we did read on one of the plaques at the lighthouse that the lighthouse was made, I think it was October 15th. It was in the October Libra season of the lighthouse. So maybe the girls are seeking justice within the Libra lighthouse, okay? So I'm taking it.
I mean, yeah, so every
There's a planet up there saying,
story,
don't blame me for all of
every story has some legitimacy, even if it's a pile of pooey. But there's definitely some that like make more sense, you know. I think it's the Morgan's Corner story that we're kind of referencing now in Hawaii, where that whole thing started because like a murderer smelled pie out the window.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yep, I remember.
And like, yeah, like, I'm sorry, but
I remember.
that's some cartoon stuff right there.
It was the odor. It was the odor of the pie swooped in and caught him under the nose, and it lifted him up, and he just carried him right to the thing.
So
That's exactly
good.
what happened. Exactly
Give
what
me
happened.
pie.
Just
Yeah.
a cartoon. That was wonderful. Yeah.
But
this one's
yeah,
interesting,
so yeah, I like the idea of hearing the drums and seeing the torches being lit. You know, there's been like hikers and people that claim they've seen this happen. I actually have an article up if I can find it. I've got so much stuff up because we're talking about
he's gonna read to you now, guys, because he
many
didn't read ahead of
different
time.
things.
Sit
well,
around
I
the
wasn't-
fire, children, for a story with Clay. He's gonna read you a bedtime story now.
Yeah.
Sit around the fire.
Well, it almost seems like, you know, I feel like a lot of people in the States, like the mainland, grew up with like stories about like Bloody Mary or the Jersey Devil and things like that. And you know,
That was a
out
good
here,
episode, by the way.
it was Pine Barrens.
Deep cut.
Here we go. The Jersey Devil.
Ooh. He's there? I've heard of the Jersey Devil. I've heard of him.
This is the place, allegedly, where he originated. He, she, it's a he, right?
It's got to be
It's
a
not
he.
she devil.
No. It's got to be a guy. Guy devil.
Like in a suit, like a costume.
Maybe. I don't know.
The Jersey Devil is one of the oldest urban legends. I can remember telling stories at sleepovers when I was a kid. It included the Jersey Devil. The big one that I always remember hearing was this girl that's home while her parents have left the house, and it's storming. She wakes up in the middle of the night and like reaches down, and she has a dog, and the dog like licks her hand, and she feels comforted knowing that the dog's there too. And she wakes up later, the storm's gotten worse, and the dog's not there, and she goes looking, and goes into the bathroom and sees some dripping coming from the shower head, and pulls the curtain back and sees the dog is like hanging from the shower head, like just ripped to shreds, bloody, obviously dead. And there's just a note there that says the Jersey Devil can lick hands too.
Now, for those of you who don't know what the Jersey Devil is, there's a million different depictions of him. Sometimes he's a devil with wings, and he looks kind of like the deviled ham guy. They have him looking sometimes like a horse or like a deer with wings. They have him looking
Or
like
a mix.
Yeah, or like the chupacabra.
But, you know, we all grew up, like, telling those stories literally around the campfire at sleepovers. Everyone had heard of it. Everyone messed around in the mirror and tried to scare themselves and stuff like that. But growing up in Hawaii, this is kind of their Bloody Mary, is the Night Marchers. Everyone's heard the tale about, you know, the battles that happened. And you know, you can hear the sound of the distant drums and seeing the light torches kind of coming down the mountain. Like, it's like they don't light up all at once. They'll kind of, like, make like a little trail, I guess, if you will, and it's supposed to be like the warriors walking with the torches or whatever, that kind of thing. It's heavier, and it holds the story together so much better than a lot of the topics that we've covered on this show.
My favorite part of that My favorite part
we
is what happens when they get
raised-
close to you.
Yeah. What? Wait, what?
So when the warriors get close to you, if you hear the drums, you have to run. But if you don't run and they're too close, they'll catch up to you. So you know what you have to do, Clay? Do you know what you have to do? You have to take off all your clothes and lay face down on the ground with your face buried in the ground so they don't kill you. You got to get butt naked and prone, and they won't kill you. Or you have to be related to them in some way, and they won't kill you. So you got to know your lineage. So the story, I think, comes from telling young children to appreciate your lineage, because there's probably a time when a lot of young people wanted to leave the island. It's one of those stories that I like because it ties people back in to their genetic roots, to the where they were born.
It's a lot like Moana again. That's basically
Moana.
no one leaves. No
Except
one leaves.
Nobody gets butt naked and prone in Moana. Thank God for that.
Well, that's
it is
a Disney movie.
But
and that's the origin of nude beaches.
that's also our next movie. It's going to be called The Night Marchers, but it's going to be set here.
The
and
nude marchers.
And I'm going to get naked one more time for one of our movies. One more. If you guys can find which one I got naked for, we'll send you a nickel in the mail. Get naked for one more. I'm getting slender. I'm gonna get naked for that for you. One more time. Yeah, so we can do that. I'll get naked and lay down.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying, and
that's cool, right? It's cool.
Every story and every tale like this is all about. It has like a different. It always has like a meaning behind it that you don't really think about it until you're older. The one telling the kids, you know, like there's a reason you do it, and that this is it's all about family and why we do things, and where we come from is a strong people, and that's important. Things like that. It's just so much better than Emily's Bridge.
It is. Everything's better than Emily's Bridge. Rated the #1 worst episode we ever did. Emily's Bridge.
Where's my boyfriend? He's not here. I'm going to hang myself.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Morgan's Corner was good though, and I do like most of the stuff in Hawaii. The old Maui, is it Old Maui High School?
Yep, Old Maui High School, that's actually really interesting because there's a lot of pictures, and I do remember when we covered that topic, there was a lot of things that didn't happen at other places. So many of it is the same. Like, so much is identical. Cold spots. You can hear footsteps. The smell of cigars. You know, just things like that. And this was Moaning Myrtle. There was literally, like, a student that, like, just stuck around in the bathroom and cried all the time. And then would, like, attack people if you got too close to her.
I still sit around and cry in the bathroom. I was at the mall today. I cried in the bathroom for at least 35 minutes. At least 35 today.
The people don't want to know that. They just want to know what your dinner was.
Moaning, yeah. Gross. Yeah. Moaning Myrtle. I remember that. That was good. That was a good one.
You know,
I mean, but you and I have gone to places
because we have a. Yeah, that's true. I want to go off topic real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Didn't you guys? I think Shelina has seen all the Harry Potters, but I feel like I remember when you guys like first started hanging out or whatever. You watched the Harry Potter movies. Is this true, or am I making this up?
No, you're making it up. I tried watching the Harry Potter movies.
By himself, unprompted.
Did not like him. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got through to
How many
5.
did you get through was the question.
I think number 4 or 5. Where's Dobby? What was the second time I saw Dobby? When Dobby came back, the resurgence of Dobby. What episode was that?
Dobby comes back in 5.
So I saw 5, and then I saw the next one after that. I saw half of the next one, the Half-Blood Prince.
So you saw half of the Half-Blood Prince. So you saw the quarter Blood Prince.
I saw it I had nothing else to do. I was on a plane, and I got halfway through it because it was the only thing on the flight that I could see, and I still
That's my
turned
favorite
it off.
one.
I'm gonna watch them. I'm gonna watch them all over again. My sis Gillian, she's like, oh, we went to go see her in Florida, and she's like, these are great. I love these. I watch them all the time, and I'm like, I'm gonna give them one.
I don't know. I just occasionally I remember that. I thought you guys watched them together.
No, we did, however, go to Universal Studios, and we went to the Harry Potter area.
Yeah, no, I remember
that place
that.
was sick. I would go.
I wish I
would
could go like
watch all the
in
Harry
your
Potters.
brain. and see like what you don't like about them.
I can tell you what I don't like about him. So I like Chris Columbus a lot. I like all of his old stuff. Great. He's a fantastic filmmaker. Let's just call him a filmmaker. That was fantastic. And I watch Harry Potter and I'm like, this looks like a Christopher Columbus movie. This is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just dragged on for like 2 hours straight. And I was like, oh, this is taking too long.
Well, you realize
making a book
each book is covering, or each movie is covering a whole book, which is a
the
calendar
idea
year.
of making a movie out of a book is to condense that shit. Make it smaller for me, man. Like, I don't want to read the book again. I feel like I read the whole damn book. Cut that shit out. It's like our first episode of Culture Discovery that was like 85 minutes because I didn't know how to cut it. It's like that. I don't want to do that. I want to just enjoy. Where are the explosions? Get Jerry Bruckheimer on that. I'll watch it.
There's not explosions in the book, though.
Jerry
At least
Bruckheimer makes some
the first
explosions.
couple.
Megan Fox will be there. There'll be a robot. Everything will be fine. I'll watch the whole thing. I'll love it. I'm going to watch them all again, though, because Universal Studios convinced me.
I don't think it needs any Michael Bay-ish
Michael Bay!
filmmaking.
Some Fast and Furious type stuff. I will say...
it's just interesting to me that you didn't care for it.
I had Butterbeer, and I think Butterbeer actually sold me on wanting to watch them again because it was really good. Butterbeer.
I just think the story's really, really solid. But I mean, I grew up reading the books. You probably didn't. Have you read all the books?
I don't
Have
read.
You read any? But yeah, that's what I thought.
I've never read any books at all. I've read manuals. Lots of manuals.
My kids the other day. We might go off the rails here for a minute, but my kids the other day asked me what the last book I read was, and I had to tell them I don't think I've read a book in like 15 years, and they just kind of looked at me like dumbfounded, and I'm like, well, what would I read?
Got nothing to prove anymore, kids. Don't worry about it. I don't have to prove I'm smart to anybody. They just assume I'm
feel
smart
like
because I'm old.
When you get to my age, and I don't know what it's like for you, because what are you now, 75?
I was born in 1776.
I had to poke one more old joke.
Yeah, 1776. So 200.
So I'm at the point where 24 hours is really like about 15. At least it feels like it. So I'm like, why would I spend any of that time reading? Like I got work to do. I got to see my kids. I like basketball. I got to sleep.
It's all relative. I mean, when I talk to you on the phone, it's like for 5 minutes, it feels like 5 hours. It can be. Yeah. So it's relative. It really is relative. If you're having fun, it goes faster. I think personally. I mean, but when I'm having fun and then we have to talk, time slows down. So I feel like I'm actually getting more of my lifetime back. So I like talking to you for a half an hour. So I feel like I didn't age a full year.
I feel bad for Shelina. She's like, what are you guys talking about?
Right. I'm going to try Harry Potter again. I'm going to try Harry Potter. Let's get back to it, though. Speaking of Harry Potter and things that I like, right? Things that I like that are in the past.
Okay.
I would like to ask Shelina, who's been very quiet here. She's been in how many episodes? We said 6 episodes.
No idea.
Oh, more
6
than
episodes.
that.
Sounds...
I think okay, with us together alone, 6. I think she's been in 7 or 8 total. Anyway.
It's more than that. It's quite
really?
A bit more than, yeah. Because I just updated the IMDb and I didn't include them all, and just what I put up, she's listed for being in 9 of them. And geez. I know that,
That's a lot.
I'd wager that it's more like 15 or 16.
We'll have to find out. Anyway, out of all those, what is the episode that was your favorite? You wish you could have got more out of it. Is there anything that you can think of the ones that you did? Or it could be ones that you heard of me and Clay too, but I think the ones that you did are probably stuff you can speak on. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think my favorite has to be the one that has the least amount of video, unfortunately.
That's my fault, guys. Sorry.
Frogging, and that's because I got to make you squeamish.
I did. It was the most creepiest episode, I think, ever. If you guys haven't seen it, it's just about this guy who lives in these people's walls.
Kermit the Frog.
Called frogging.
And that's actually the term frogging. People do this.
With a PH.
Frogging, yes. It sounds dirty with the PH. Frogging. It's terrifying. It's grotesque. And
that's a great episode. Yeah, it killed me to not show all the video. I remember calling you about it.
Here's the thing. I set up my Blackmagic Ursa, and I had Ursa Mini, and I had it all set up, all the lights on, and I exposed so far to the left because it was a new camera, and that's for all of you people that don't know what the hell I just said. I didn't expose properly. It was way too dark. It was unusable. The whole thing was. I tried cleaning it up. It was usable. And I just feel really bad about that because it could have been a really good episode. All we could use was the alternate cameras I had on both sides, and it just wasn't enough.
It was
I
a
just
great
didn't
audio
wanna-
episode.
It was, yeah, we had all the good mics
it
out.
still
so.
sounds great. I just didn't want to put it out there because that was when we were really taking quality seriously, and I was like, it just doesn't look right.
As
So
well
yeah,
as
we
should.
just overlaid like the title over some of the video. So yeah, as soon as Shelina said that, I was like, oh, it's the frogging.
So sorry. So sorry.
Yeah, but if you guys want to, you can watch it on YouTube, obviously, which is no watching. Just put your earphones in and walk around. It is on Spotify, right? It still is on Apple Podcasts. So you can hear it on all those too. It's actually an amazing episode. Really creepy. Mm-hmm. The cat. He couldn't feed the cat. That was what really got me at the end. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you guys watch that one. That's nuts. Clay.
Yeah.
What is the one that stands out to you the most?
Well, I talked about this earlier. We had a stretch where we did a lot of audio only episodes, like season 3, pretty much. If you're a hardcore fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. But
Season 3 is a long time ago.
it really, a lot has changed since then. But I'll answer your question without getting into that. But I've always felt like we had a lot of bangers. Our chemistry, I think, was peak right then. That was around the time I left Little Caesars, and
The first time.
the first time, yeah, and we had a lot of time. We had just shot like Last House on the Street. I was going like 100% into filmmaking, and I just think it shows. No offense to anyone else who was on the show. I just think that me and you personally clicked really well during these episodes. And
Some
my
of those episodes
favorite
are funny.
they are, and my favorite and one of the funniest, I think, is the Marshall House.
The Marshall House.
The Marshall House.
Can you refresh my memory on the Marshall House, please?
It's I'm gonna pull it up. I got the whole thing sitting right here because I knew we were
The
gonna.
Marshalls. Don't worry, there's no security guard in front checking your bags
I
at
was
this
gonna
Marshalls.
say, is there a TJ Maxx as well?
Is it TJ
There might be.
Maxx's? You gotta put an S at the end. TJ Maxx's. Marshalls.
Okay. All right. So the Marshall House
JC Pennies. Okay, go ahead.
is, I'll read our actual synopsis. The Marshall House's history during the Civil War lends itself well to ghost stories. Rumors and reports include seeing ghosts in the hallways and foyers, as well as hearing children running down the long, narrow halls late at night. So the Marshall House is a hotel located in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, I didn't know because you called it a foyer instead of a foyer.
To Savannah, Georgia.
For one, I love Georgia. And for two, want to go here. This sounds great. Probably going to call these folks up. If they're listening, you guys should just go ahead and send us confirmation. And we'll go
We'll wait.
We'll
Email
wait.
us right now.
right now.
I didn't get it yet.
No, not yet.
They didn't email me.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. So they say on the 4th floor
I'm not stopping you.
in the hallway, loud noises are known to take place during the early morning hours. Thundering of heavy objects crashing on the ground is what it sounds like. Also, doorknobs to the rooms tend to wiggle as if someone is attempting to enter the room. Wiggling doorknobs is pretty scary.
I mean, if you're in the room and it's happening.
Yeah.
If you're not. I mean, if that were just to happen at any other hotel, would you even like if you're on vacation in San Diego or something and the doorknob wiggled for a second, would you it's just the wind? Like, if I wasn't staying at an allegedly haunted hotel, I would just not even really notice that it happened.
Yeah, I mean, I've stayed on cruise ships where the doors wiggle because people are so drunk they don't know what is their room anymore.
Well, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
It happens.
It does happen.
I have something interesting, but I'll save it for later. You keep going.
Okay.
But remind me.
This is
come
important,
back
though.
to me.
One guest actually talked about You should watch out for room 306.
That's what I was just gonna say. I just saw that. What is
I wanted to ruin it.
What is it with 306?
I don't know. If anybody knows what's up with 306, I mean, yeah, I guess both numbers are divisible by 6.
306, room of Satan.
Room of Satan.
The room of Satan.
I guess you can't get 6. You can't get room 666. So 306 is all it is. But keep talking. My cat is not leaving us alone, so I'm gonna shoo him away. Hold on.
We'd like to introduce the third permanent host of Talk About History, Twitch.
James W. Twitchell. Is his full name. He's loud. Loud cat. Won't stop talking. Anyway.
Meow.
Meowsers. Jeez. So, room 306.
Oh my gosh! Wait, hold on. Wait.
This dude said, loud hall noises in the middle of the night happened on the 4th floor.
Yeah.
Where we just happened to be staying. I've lived in many haunted houses, he says, but the Marshall house creeped me out completely.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, that's all I'm saying about that.
Well, I was going to say, on the note that I'm reading about 306, someone gave their input just about the hotel, and they said that there is supposedly a ghostly cat. So I thought you were going to lead into that.
I wanted to leave the ghost cat alone because
well, you don't mess with ghost cats. That's a known fact.
That's so sucky. Twitch, how the hell get out?
He's like, this is my episode. Just
come here. I'll hold him so he shuts up.
But anyway, this person has never seen the ghost cat.
No one's ever seen a ghost cat. There's no such thing. I'm just gonna hold him and he'll be okay.
I'm just gonna watch. It's kind of weird to look at this.
He wants to be up here. Okay.
You guys should be here, but you're not.
So, guests have also reported hearing a distinct sound of an old-fashioned typewriter coming from a former room of author Joel Chandler Harris, who's best known for his collection of Uncle Remus stories. Never heard of him, by the way, but I'll have to look it up after this. No, you're staying with me.
Remus.
So people still think he's still typing away, intent on creating another tale, which seems lame. There's people that talk about a dapper gentleman reading a book by a window and a lady in white flowing through the hallways.
The typewriting author though, that's kind of interesting. Well, all of it's interesting, but I haven't really heard something like that.
There's
before.
also ghosts that haunts the ladies' restroom.
And it was one of those episodes where we struck the perfect balance between this place is probably legitimately terrifying and we're also going to be very humorous today.
Yeah.
we didn't do that very well occasionally, but we nailed it.
Yeah, we've had some fun ones. I listen to a lot of our stuff and I giggle still. I still giggle about a lot of it.
It's good. I hate to say our stuff is good, but a lot of it is really good.
Yeah, people come for the scary, they stay for the funny, and I appreciate you for doing that.
That should
I
have been
appreciate you, dog.
We should have why wasn't that ever used?
Come for the scary, stay for the funny. I don't know. We should have done
Something
that. Well, next time we do, we'll do that. I would like to go to the Marshall House. I would like to see.
Well, what about you? What was your favorite episode or
most all mine were woulda, shoulda, couldas, right? But before I get into those, I'm gonna say the ones I liked all of our episodes a lot. I think a lot of them were funny. I thought a lot of them were really, really enjoyable. I like every single one that had a kid with a frickin' ball.
Timmy.
A ball in every episode had a kid with a ball in it. Or a guy smoking a cigar. You can smell the cigar smoke. But I have to say, in reality, what my favorite episode of all was literally the one we did just recently. We made the special out of over in Phoenix, the Hotel San Carlos.
San Carlos.
This is the first time ever that we did a special where we actually got undeniable, verifiable evidence of something happening. So it turned me from being a person who didn't believe in that garbage at all into something, well, maybe there's a little something here. I mean, this is a little bit too coincidental for me.
You can't see behind me, but you'll see with some of the drone shots we took, the entire backsides have been sandblasted and they're being refinished, but you can still see the old paint jobs where it said Hotel San Carlos. It was one of the first places, the actual first high-rise building back then, 7 stories high, in the desert to have air conditioning. And was it in 1918?
Yeah, when the Spanish flu.
The Spanish flu killed a bunch of the children in that school.
Yeah.
So people still say they hear the children here running. We didn't hear any children playing up and down the halls. However, but or something. So that's something that has to be said. And then there was a lady who committed suicide right after the place was built in 1928.
Yeah, 2 months after the place was built.
And she came from our room that we're staying in, 720, and she went up to the top floor, where the penthouse is, and rushed in, and no one stopped her, and she jumped to her death.
Yes.
And we have in the special all the notes, suicide notes that she wrote to different people. She was aware she was going to do it. It looked like she had a series of mental breakdowns, and while she was here, and so she wrote to different coroners and people that would need to know these things.
It's believed that her lover decided he did not love her anymore. But if you dig deeper, it seems like there might have been some other things going on, and no one really knows the truth. But her name was Leona Jensen, and we've mispronounced it about 18 different ways. And I guarantee you, we're doing it still.
We're still doing it, yeah.
But we started with like Laura.
Yeah.
So.
Then Leona. Yeah, it's okay. Miss Jensen, anyway.
Miss Jensen.
She was a beautiful, I guess, blonde-haired,
22-year-old
girl that decided to kill herself. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of different phenomenon with that, electronic phenomenon. A lot of words telling us to go certain places, and whenever we were using it, if the activity started to spike and the detector started detecting there was a spirit, which was signified by a loud beep.
Yeah.
Then at that time, a word would come out at the same time. Sometimes they were kind of irrelevant and we didn't understand what they meant at the time. But there was a lot of different words, a lot of different names coming out of it that we didn't ask for certain names. They just kind of came, which you'll see in the special. There's a lot of them. I remember Ian was one. There's a lot of them. Harriet. Parker, a lot of crazy stuff. And when we saw these, I personally, I was kind of mystified by it. And then the thermometer's right next to it. Clay and I are sitting around the thermometer, and it would either spike in temperature or get really cold. And like seriously, the spike could be the difference of 5 degrees. Either way. So it was very interesting, especially when it's so nice out right now. Like, that's no need for that.
It's been like 72 to 65 all day. And the spikes have sometimes gone up to over 80 degrees. And I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah.
And down to 70.
Well, and that was really cool because we actually got to stay. We were the only ones there, and the staff was like very open
the manager,
to
the manager verified without us talking to him first. We had no idea. We stayed the night. We wanted to talk to him in the morning after we discovered everything. You guys saw what we discovered. He verified what we discovered without having any information aside from the news articles. And some of the one of the names he said was exactly the name that we heard. We saw. It was crazy. So probably one of my favorite episodes ever. Hands down, that is technically a Talk About Scary episode because we did talk about scary while we were there.
It is. Yeah, no, we released an episode that, we did. So there's the special and the separate episode.
I mean, the furniture is garbage and uncomfortable by far. It was horrible, horrid, but it was but believable. If you're going for the ghosts, that's probably the one for me. Yeah.
What was your least favorite episode?
Besides the phantom time hypothesis, let me see.
But you didn't like that episode because of the topic, or because the episode was like poorly made, or we didn't do well?
I just didn't care for the topic as much. I thought it was not you. You did a great job presenting it. I thought your idea was solid. To be quite honest with you, I just think the theory behind
just thought it was crap.
I think the theory behind it was lazy, and the person who came up with it was just like talking about the hexagon cloud on the North Pole of Saturn, the storm. It's like, no, it must be made by aliens. No, it's not. We can see why it's made. Like, they didn't do any due diligence. I think that it was just sloppily, lazily put together. I think your presentation of it was very interesting, and I think that. But when we bring stuff, that's what we do, right? We pull it apart. So I pulled it apart. If it wasn't that episode, my least favorite, then I would probably. Oh gosh, there's so many. I'm gonna.
Well, you want me to?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
mine. I got it. And you're gonna hate me for this. I've watched it a
No.
million times. I'm gonna say it's Lincoln Park with Bourke Floyd.
Lincoln. No, that's Bourke Floyd is in Bachelor's Grove.
Bachelor. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I meant Bachelor's
Okay.
Grove. I had one in my head. I meant Bachelor's Grove.
What is that about?
That's creepy. Yeah, that's creepy in and of itself. I mean,
Someone
for sure,
carved
that is
that.
creepy in and of itself.
Someone carved
Yeah.
infant daughter and just was like, "Yep, put it there."
That's where she's going now.
That's
What's
terrifying.
her name? Her name was Infant. Last name
Her name-
Daughter.
Yeah.
Middle
Maybe
initial D.
she was, there's a Pearl Jam joke in there somewhere. Don't call me daughter. No? Is that worse than Bachelor?
It's okay. That was okay.
Yeah, we'll let that one slide.
There's also some body dumping that has occurred in the
That
cemetery.
sounds sexy.
What
Let's talk
kind-
about that.
Who runs this cemetery? Body dump?
According to Adam, someone sexy. So
No, the idea sounds sexy. Like not like sexual sexy. I mean like interesting. Not. Don't put.
I don't think
Don't make dead bodies sound
sexy is a synonym for interesting. I don't think that's the way it works.
It felt like it to me. It felt right at the time.
Wow.
Well,
So what? Explain. What do you mean? Body
so there's a
dump?
cesspool drainage pond and a nearby sewer system that kind of goes through the cemetery and leads out. Local legend says that this particular pond was a favorite body dumping ground by some South Side gangs many, many years ago.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we are talking Chicago, Illinois,
Yeah.
right? I mean, we're talking about near enough to Chicago that that's a thing.
South Side. That's a thing, right? South Side like that. Can I say that?
Yeah, I think just like that.
There's common reports, including hearing large splashes coming from the water, but seeing no ripples or evidence that something moved or was dropped into the water.
I don't think that's necessarily one of my least favorites, but there was a lot of times on this show where we recorded and then found out we misspoke. So I remember that was one of the first ones that I think we had a big mess up on and we never addressed. Bachelor's Grove has actually been abandoned for a long time. And when we shot the episode, I didn't know that. And so we were going back and forth about who runs this place, why is the mob getting away with body dumping and all this stuff. Well, no one runs the place. But we just, like I know there's a couple more. I know a big one, and since the show's ending, I don't think we've ever said this. We might as well. But the Monte Vista is not where you thought what it was.
No, so
It's-
let me just clarify this.
please.
So this place, the Monte Vista, the very first episode we did was the Hotel Monte Vista, right? I believe that's the very first one. And I went to a place called I believe it was the Weatherford.
Mm-hmm.
In that place, does not advertise itself as being haunted. People don't stay overnight; they leave. And it's a beautiful place. It's beautiful. You have to share a bathroom with other people. It's kind of crazy because it's that old. I was.
But
in that
you told a story about.
I did. So I was in that room. I'm gonna skip over a lot of it. But at the end of the night, I go to lock 3 door locks on this door. I lock the top lock, which is a deadbolt. I lock the chain, and then I lock the bottom lock. I'm very nuts about locking doors. They gotta be locked and perfect. I turned the light off, and it was a manual lamp on the side of the bed. I turned it off, old-timey lamp. As soon as I turned it off, the deadbolt popped open, the bottom lock popped open, and the door opened and slammed against the chain. I could hear kids laughing down the hall.
Yeah.
I opened the door, angry. No kids there, nobody there, dark hall. And I stayed awake till 7 in the morning I couldn't because I was drunk. I was drinking. And I sat there because if I drink one drink, I won't drive. I'm very responsible. I don't drink a lot.
Sure. Yeah.
But when I do have one drink, I will not drive. So I sat there till 7 in the morning. The sunlight started coming up. It was in the wintertime. Hit my eyes. I got up. I left. And I went to another hotel to spend the night for a whole other day. I spent that much money going to to a Days Inn on the outside of Flagstaff because I needed to sleep because I didn't sleep all night long. I sat in bed shaking. I could hear stuff all night long. Could not sleep. I've never had that happen to me in my life, and I was younger back then. And I still want to go back. So I'm glad you said that because I still want to go do that.
Yeah.
one.
So the funny thing is, though, you told that story thinking that it was the Monte Vista when we went and did the Monte Vista special, and you made a comment about like they must have like renovated because there was a bar upstairs, and then in the special you put, there never was a bar, but we never. We made it seem like maybe you just forgot or something. We never addressed that.
Well, at
yes,
the time
that
we didn't
is
know
allegedly
until the
haunted.
next. We didn't know till the next time we saw the Weatherford. So like, and then
That's
I
true.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
we didn't
I
know when it
we've-
was recording.
We've talked about the Monte Vista a few times since then, and just only really covered
One of our
what
most
happened to
popular
us.
episodes, by the way. Like that is a generator of money. Right.
But I think that's really funny.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah, I gotta say, I got a couple episodes that I'm just not crazy about.
Tell
we
us.
did a lot of episodes that typically they were episodes that I led, because we used to have the format be you're gonna talk today, I'm gonna talk the next time or whatever.
Yeah.
And we did like Poco Moonshine Lake.
Moonshine.
What first made this lake so notorious was in the 1880s, witnesses reported seeing a gigantic creature dwelling beneath the surface. That's right. The Loch Ness Monster. Well, no, not the Loch Ness Monster, but close, because Loch Ness means Lake Ness, and Poco Moonshine is the name of the lake, so ergo, the monster's name is Poco.
Aww.
Anyway, it's supposedly a massive, gigantic, like I said, snake-like creature that is living beneath the surface and leaves huge snake-like trails that people have claimed to see on the beach and the surrounding woods, like just in the dirt and stuff. So what do you think about that? I think it's a load of crap.
I don't. And listen, the reason why this is one of the things I don't think is a load of crap in the world is because we know for a fact that we've discovered so many things in the ocean that we didn't think were possible. We found freshwater sharks and lakes, things that we never in a million years would ever imagine. Almost damn near prehistoric animals we found in the depths of our ocean. We know more about our local bubble that of space that we inhabit in our solar system than we know about the oceans and the lakes. And this is, by the way,
Yeah, that's true.
Since Clay didn't mention it, Poco Moonshine Lake is located very close to the ocean.
Okay.
I just wanted to call you out. It's located pretty close to an ocean. There's nothing saying that there is not some sort of cryptid living in this lake. These lakes are very, very deep. I like cryptids a lot. We did a special on the 3-part special on the Bridgewater Triangle, kind of the same, close enough, the same area. And I love cryptid stories. I think they're so fun and so amazing.
What was your least favorite episode, hon? What was yours?
I don't think I have one. All the ones I was in were great.
She loved every one of them. My favorite one that we did together was still my favorite one. Clay and I touched this on another episode. I'll tell you about it right now again. I'm a movie buff. We're filmmakers. And it was the Poltergeist Curse.
Good
I still like that. I like that one, guys. It's fun. It's a good time. It's about Hollywood.
So the first weird activity actually happened on set, but was publicly shared much later. So JoBeth Williams, who played Mother Diane Freeling, had to film a scene in an unfinished pool with skeletons.
It's so good.
The character discovers the home, was built on an ancient Native American burial ground, and the buried remains rise to the surface.
Oof, so gross.
As the story goes, Jo Beth bumped into one of the special effects guys a few years after filming. She told him how impressed she was with their work on all of the skeletons in that scene. He replied, "Oh, we didn't make them. Those were real." And like many things in the 80s, this seems unbelievable to us today, but it wasn't unheard of back then. It would have been much more cost effective to use real human skeletons than create so many out of plastic or resin.
80s were lit.
Yeah.
You were lit.
And I mean, who doesn't love to save some bones? You get it? Did you get that? I'm funny.
Just toss that in there. She wrote it in. She wrote it in. That was not improv. Good job.
Thanks.
Good job.
Now, the first tragedy to befall the Poltergeist family off-set was the shocking death of Dominique Dunn. She played the oldest daughter, Dana Freeling. Dunn broke up with abusive boyfriend John Thomas Sweeney. 5 months after the film was released, he showed up at her house and demanded she take him back and he be allowed to move back in. She refused. John assaulted Dominique and choked her in the driveway until she was unconscious. He was arrested and she was taken to the hospital. Dunn remained unconscious and on life support for 5 days until she ultimately passed away. John was convicted of voluntary manslaughter and was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. Unfortunately, he only served half of his sentence.
Where's he now?
I don't care to know. But if you're interested, feel free to Google it for us and comment it.
Comment below.
So the sequel, Poltergeist 2: The Other Side.
Not as good, but very good.
That was in production. Will Sampson was a Native American actor and real-life shaman and played one in the movie. He was concerned about the use of real human skeletons used during the first film. Me too. Jo Beth Williams said Will went to the set late one night to perform an exorcism alone. Supposedly, the cast was relieved and there were no other filming setbacks that happened. So, there we go. 2 other cast members pass away. Their deaths are sad, but not unexpected. Julian Beck played Preacher Kane in Poltergeist 2. He was diagnosed with stomach cancer in 1983, right before starting work on the sequel. He passed away in 1985. And Will Sampson, the shaman, passed away in 1987 after complications from a risky heart-lung transplant surgery.
So I gotta tell you something to all of our fans out there, and forgive me for saying this. Akigahara Forest was a great episode, and can you bleep me out when I say this, please? Clay, when you edit this,
maybe.
I need to bleep me.
Maybe.
For all the people, please bleep me out. I don't want people hearing this word, but I need to say it. For all the people who try to correct us on one vowel of Akigahara, you don't pronounce that. But you know what? You. Okay, we said it the best we could. We did the best job we could. And you know what? I've heard a million people say it. They say it the same way I say it. You're just being an asshat. We got so many notes about that.
Like
You're
foyer.
an asshat.
People say things.
Foyer. Please leave that out. I don't like to say the F word on camera, so just leave that out for me, please. But they need to hear it.
I'll probably put like a chicken or something.
Please do that.
Yeah.
Do something really fun for me. But I don't want that to be known for the F bomb.
I gotcha.
Movie we're on, just being myself. But
Yeah, so we're probably going to wrap this up here pretty soon. The Warriors have 6 minutes left, and I'm paying great attention to this game. They're up 4 right now. We really need this win. So let's move on to sports. Let's move on. I'm sure of the answer, but you might be able to provide something interesting with this. So I just want to know, Adam, Shelina, you can chime in too. I just don't know that we really talked a whole lot about this. So this would be a great time to just hear deeper of what you think. Because I do remember we talked about this, but it was not like in great depth. But has your opinion changed since we started doing this show? Because I know you were like Adam, you were not a believer at all. You thought this was all hoobly goobly and everything.
Yeah, I'm going to say my opinion has changed quite a bit. To be brutally honest, going in and not ever believing anything is a bit hard to continue. There are things I cannot explain, and I don't know if it's based in science or based in the supernatural, but there are things that I can't explain that just seem to have happened. Things that feelings that I've had that I'm not prone to flights of fancy. I am whimsical. I've been told I'm whimsical, but I'm never fanciful. So my opinion has changed a bit toward believing.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Clay?
Yeah, I think my opinion has changed a little bit. So when I went in this, I was a believer. I'm still a believer, but I think that as we went on, it was much more easy for me to identify places that this was a quick buck. This is our way to get tourists. This is how we make a name for ourselves. And then there were places where they didn't really want any part of the paranormal, but the paranormal really was there and there was nothing they could do about it. If you think about it for a second, if you're truly terrified, you are not going to be advertising, like, oh, ghosts, come show me, what do you got? You're scared. It's the people that aren't scared that are, oh yeah, we got ghosts here. We got ghosts here that jumped out the window and died. Now they haunt the place, and you can smell their cigar, and they make things cold. And I guess I was just kind of numb to how much of it was total BS. So yeah, I am still a believer, but my opinion has changed in that I don't think there's as much out there as I thought, and I think it's become more easy for me to identify what's real and what isn't, just because of what I've experienced too.
That's part of our job now, though, right? So,
is there anything else you guys want to cover before we start to wrap this up? Because it's coming. We got to wrap it up.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up, B. Boop, wrap it up. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this puppy up.
Nothing else?
Put a big bow on it, man. Wrap it up. Say Merry Christmas. Let's do it.
Well, we do have a special coming out, Paranormal Encounters at the Miami YMCA. It is already streaming on our YouTube channel, but we put it together as a full-length feature. Runs just under an hour. And there's some more stuff in it, and it looks better too, I believe. Is it 4K? It's either 4K or...
Yeah, it's full 4K.
It's 4K, yeah. So it looks better, it sounds better, it's got some extra stuff in it that we did not put on YouTube. That will be coming to streaming platforms probably a month or so after this releases. So
check it out.
I think that's about all I got.
Another really scary place that we had, we wound up shooting the last 5 days, 3 there, and it was so scary we actually brought a paranormal team there to investigate. So if you guys want to check it out, it actually we were scared when we went the first time. We were scared when we went the second time for reshoots, and the third time was even scarier. So if you guys want to check something out that's really effing disturbing, give that a shot.
Steph just hit a 3 and we're up 6 with 59 seconds left. So I was just, I don't know what you said, but yeah, what Adam said. And for real though, I know he said a lot at the beginning of this episode. Now, my turn real quick. Thank you guys so much. It really does mean a lot to have so much support. We had never done anything remotely close to this. It has been a blast. Even though it's gotten tiresome towards the end, it has always been fun to call up friends, get guests on here, just talk about random things, go ghost hunting at random places, and just find things that intrigued us, even if it is malarkey. Probably the last time I'm going to say malarkey on this podcast.
Malarkey. I've never said it, so I'm just going to say it now.
I say it like every other episode. So.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thank you for listening and laughing at all of our offensive jokes and not getting us canceled. We're just going to cancel ourselves now. We're canceling ourselves now, y'all. We're offended, so it's over. Thanks so much for watching. We love you, and we really appreciate you watching. We really do. And that's from me, Clay, Shelina, and there was a girl that was on like one episode. Was her name Ashley? Something about whale souls.
Just the one.
That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Just the one episode.
Whales have souls, according to her.
Titus appreciates you. Titus was on a couple episodes, so he appreciates you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Is that
Creep
it?
it real. That's it.
That's it. We gotta say creep it real. Let's do it on 3. We'll all say creep it real because we should all say it this time. Okay, ready? We're doing it off. Right after I say 3, we're gonna say it. Okay?
Okay. So like on 4.
On 4, but it's on 3.
But
it's after 3.
We're not saying
after 3.
4. Yeah.
After 3. Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Creep it real.
Real.
You fucked it up again. Okay. So I gotta bleep that one out too. Oh well.
No,
That
just
was
the
good.
one. Only one bleep per episode.
He did it on purpose.
We get everything?
He does it. Yeah, I think we did everything. It's gonna be. I'm gonna miss it.